What's poppin', people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We've got some Ragnar being piloted by yours truly, and Marcio is back on the birds. We're a little bit more zoomed out so we can show off the new mats by Double Tap Playmats, who are graciously supporting us for our K-Split tournament. You already know the dealio. Come to the Sulphur Keys on the 27th of July. You can play for these mats. Ours ones are staff ones, but that first place design is on the left, the Ragnar. And then the mass day is for top 4. And you'll see the second place design in another video this week. So yeah, pretty cool. This one, you know, be back to the regular ad for the K-Split, because we're nearly capped and you should help us cap so we can do these bigger and better every single time. I'm going first, and despite having to bridge, it's a rough game one. It's one of those like, damn, I should scoop, but Ragnar's such a strange list that even in situations like this where you have to, you know, play your top end, because you can just build on top of that, as long as you can make a protected stack relatively quick. Like, if this turns into a Briwe, then we can stabilize here. The problem is that I don't even think we have a Briwe, so we're just going to taunt the Veemon, and he's going to choose to stay in the back, interesting enough. It's one of those, he's playing relatively patient because he knows he's in like a winning position, but I think he's also missing important pieces, which is why he's just going to keep the Digimon in the back. He's not sure if, like, you know, maybe I'm on some weird red aces at the top end, but what, Sirius wouldn't do anything. Never mind, we are actually going to push out. There goes the Duranda, so you can see that level 6 is there. Gonna go up and go into the Digimon again to just choke to 1, and then presumably playing a red tamer. Out comes the Kirsty. We are going to see a rookie finally, so we can try and start playing the game. But we're in another weird situation where we kind of have to build backwards. We're going to load up the Durandamon using the Mythical Arms of Salvation. So it makes it, when this unprotected Jura gets answered somehow, then we at least will be able to float into the Duranda, which will allow us to then kind of build from there. 'Cause the problem is our hand was missing a 6 and a 4. But we were able to get the, we had a 7, so we're just kind of stuck. Wings of Love to play the Sora, then getting the double hit, of course, off of the BO after that gets played from adding something back to hand. We are going to pop using the Garuda Ace, and then we're going to prevent the deletion using the Raiji. So we actually turn 2 bodies into 1, which gives us a little bit more flexibility now if we can make it to the next turn. Gonna see the Garuda again go down on deletions will cause problems for us, and they play out the Saberdramon, which just threatens to raid retail into our Duranda if we can't turn into a Briwe, which is the problem, because like we need the Briwe, so we're instead just going to taunt the Phoenixmon and see if we can bait something. We're gonna gain at the start of main 2 memory off of the Kirsties. Or Christie's. I actually forget if it's Christie or Kirsty. I think it's Christy. And the start of main we are going to swing. Is going to hit just a rookie, so no extra things really to worry about. But could be he's playing around potentially me just letting that first check go through to try and bait something. But unfortunately for us, we do not have. We are going to raid retail, and then we are going to protect using the Ragnaloardmon effect. And there's a Briwe, which means the egg is going to let us add back to hand. No Sora, at least, to bounce it straight back to field. So like there's a little bit of safety there. And none of our things having blockers means we're not getting randomly chunked by Garuda Ace showing up. But Wings of Love play Sora again, 2 costs for a 4 cost mem setter. Add a card back to hand, bounce the Sora, little flicker there, gets to play out the Veemon, and Veemon is going to double hit again. We were missing our low end, and he is just showing search power go crazy. They gave a red deck that could actually frequently search, and look what happens. I'm going to pass over on 1, and yeah, we're just going to finally actually just go into game 2.
Matrix Digivolution.
Hey, you. Yeah, you like playing Digimon. I know you do, because that's why you're here. But are you from the UK? Because that's where I'm from, and if you're in the UK, you should come to Manchester. We're doing a K-Split tournament. Winner case, whatever you want to call it. We've got hella Digimon product. I just spent my basically entire year's budget on you guys. So come down and do this tournament. It's gonna be about £25 entry. There'll be stuff on the Limitless, but it's not just product. We've also got custom cloth playmats that have been made by 3 fantastic artists. We've got dice from, you know, Conquest Collectibles. Y'all have seen the advert or skipped it, I don't know, but there's dice. And there's even going to be custom sleeves for everyone that enters and discounts for members. If you're a member or have been considering upgrading your membership to rookie or above when you're in the UK, now you have an extra reason to. Yeah, I always do these ads in one take. I don't really know why, but I do know that you should come to the winner case if you're in the UK, or even if you're not in the UK and you feel like traveling for an unofficial Digimon event. Cool. The UK really doesn't have any official events, and it doesn't look like that's going to change. So if these go well, we will continue to do them. So this is your chance to support us, support me, support yourself, and have fun playing Digimon in EX6, and maybe win a really cool set of boxes that might get you one of the SPs. Yeah. Thanks for all the support, gang. I appreciate you. Details will be pinned in the description. It's on the 27th of July. I don't think I said that in this entire ad, but yeah, final weekend of July, Saturday. Be there at the waterfront in Manchester. I don't remember any of the other details, so 9 a.m. start.
So a little bit of a rough start there. It is what it is, but also what it is the growing number of members. If you want to join the gang that is just becoming a absolute unit, then you should hit the join button and join the members as follows. At the mega tier, the secret hidden tier for our ultimate and tier 3 on Twitch, just Justice Josh. Then for our ultimates on YouTube, we do have the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the sticks, 3 Strike Rule, and Bradley Robb. At the champion tier, the most represented tier getting bonus content from the podcast early. We got Shinikari, Coffee Deus, DHM, Solar Ouroboros, Seb Bainbridge Coombs, Thomas Yates, Andy Fing, Squid Eater, and Benji Gibber. Then for the rookies, we do have Greatness Beam and Balfi. I want to get you guys some of the benefits soon. So maybe it will be the sleeves you can see as my eggs, the Season 2 Dark member sleeves for rookies in the UK. And then at the DigiEgg tier, we do have Jambo TCG, John Esposito, Rose Pierce, Walter Caceres, Christian Royal, and new Saul Andes Sainz. Thank you very much for the support. And we're gonna go for the fanboy sin of slamming our only rookie turn 1 going first. And y'all, we hate slamming that opening rookie, but like evolving in the back was only a C1, whereas this was like a, you know, C the 4 that we're missing. We did also not get punished. We drew a rookie off of the second turn, so we do get away with it, and we do actually get to build up in the back a 5. And that's why the ST Juramon is here, because the ST Juramon is like a way to play cheaply out of raising, which is something that the deck, like if you're going to build a 5, you might as well be memory efficient with it on the way out. Of course, our board does get cleared after we do hit the Tamer. Having the early mem setter, it does kind of suck because it means that he can be way more aggressive with his Sora bounces. But we're going to bounce a card back to hand. We're looking to try and answer this Garuda X, but of course the problem with the Garuda X is we're in trouble if it hits poorly. So instead, we've got the Breeway now. And I think the best option is to just actually just make the Breeway here. Because if we swing through, he still gets value. And of course, thanks to the Sora, he gets to bounce stuff back. Because the Egg plus Sora just represents so much damage. So I think the best thing to do here is probably to go into Breeway. We're going to try and draw one to see if we can find anything else. But instead, we're going to go into the Breeway. Breeway is then going to check top 3. And then the option is either play Sparta for the draw or play the Duranda to be able to build a second stack. We're going to go for the Sparta, which is greedier. And then we're going to pitch off a Ragnar Ace to draw 2. Like, I think because we drew into a second one. We're not, he's just confirming the protections, which right now is none, because we weren't able to put the, we weren't able to put a Raiji under it, and because we didn't have something that floated under it, we don't have the protection there. It's going to go into the Phoenixmon. And we did pass him a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw the Blitz. Luckily, he does actually have to proc on deletions in order to get there. No blocker on this, so he will be raw dogging security. So as long as he doesn't hit a big body, we might be okay. But is going to get to play the Raid Retaliate Idiot. And this will just be able to crash straight in. Is going to go for the Phoenixmon first. But that allows us to go into Ragnar Ace. So I think kind of roughly played here. We probably didn't need to delete the Saberdramon. We probably actually could have just deleted the Garuda Ace here, but this allows it to stay on board because it does swing into a rookie. And then we can try and answer it on our turns, whereas we didn't need to play around getting blocked or anything like that. We're immune to opponent's Digimon effects, so the Raid Retaliate wouldn't have done anything. But the problem is we didn't have blocker, so if we're going to let one attack go through, we might as well try and preserve our security. The lower it gets, the easier it gets for him to float into crazy stuff. Again, play the Sora, bounce back the... well, add back the Garuda Ace, and then we are going to play a Veemon off the Sora. Veemon does get played by an effect, so we're going to bounce back the Christie and then choose actually to not have the Garuda. Start of main, we're going to add the 4 back to hand, and we're going to keep the Spartamon in there because that allows us to clear the Veemon when we swing. We're going to gain Sec +1. Okay, so yeah, this is where we messed up the game states. We burn 1, but this, instead of piercing, should have fizzled. I caught it like 3 turns later, where the Spartamon actually mattered. We are going to see the Ace come through, so we are going to have the actual... we are going to have the board clear, so we can't fully clear for turn, but that is a mistake on our part. Not being used to Spartamon actually having an inherit that matters, so it would have actually popped the... it would have popped the target, so we wouldn't have gotten the piercing check. Avoidable, of course, if we just take the Spartamon out. But now we have a Sylphie Ace that will probably Sec +1 because I don't think we have blocker yet still. We put the Ragiluda under to give us protection, but as we swing 1 and it dies on the first check. We are going to resolve our on deletions, so the Garuda Ace burns the top card of security. I'm going to play the Tamer off of the BO. I actually like that he kind of almost like de-digivolves his stack down to resolve his on deletions. Makes it very easy for camera to know what effect is being resolved. And it looks like we're going to add back the Birdramon from trash. Okay, now we're going to take the Garudamon and then bounce double Sora, which lets us play Garudamon blocker to try and prevent lethal for game. And yeah, now that we're done with all effects, we just weren't sure if there was like any security effects that was going to happen. I think he was checking, he realized that there was a way for him to try and get lethal off of the deletion to try and trade overflow, but thanks to the Brio, we would have been completely unaffected anyway. So he hasn't actually picked the wrong line here. It's just an unfortunate of like obviously first checking into the Ragnar. You either hit a rookie or you hit a massive idiot. It's how it is. So we realize now that it's just like, yeah, the Sparta does get the clear, but it is what it is. Game 2 gonna be giving way into game 3. Since I was playing in this one, I probably could have actually given the rest of the member shoutouts during the break for this one. But yeah, as a reminder that the winner case is, well, the case split tournament is coming up real soon. And if seeing these mats in person was what it's enough to take you over the edge to come play, then heck yeah, we'd love to see you there. We'll even be playing Lethal or Living live during the top 8 calculations. And it is a best of 3 event, which is relevant because we will be at Glasgow, but that joint is best of 1, so Lamau. We'll play some real UK Digimon. You should pull up. We got people from Ireland coming, so if you're saying it's too far, you are being diffed. We do have Veemon in the back, and just gonna build up into the Birdramon. Instant Digimon Emperor obviously loses its value from it not being a rookie, but it's more just a lot of their stuff dies on deletion, so we might as well. Gonna get double draw here with the Spartamon, and we kind of get cooked by there just not being any more rookies in our hand. So Garuda Ace is gonna go over and pops our rookies. Obviously the Spartamon makes it back to us if we don't get popped, but nothing on board now, so we can't even get the mythical protection. And this is one of those just like, all in all, I consider it still a value play to push up the rookie and commit the Spartamon under, because draw 2 usually finds you a lot of important pieces, but conveniently right here in game 3 where it matters most, we just do not see the piece. Also, the inherit on this Garudamon, misread it from across the table. It looked like it was popping a 3k, but no, this bad boy pops 6Ks, which is kind of crazy. It does die, so I think it would have like flashbanged us on the way out anyway. But it does put us pretty far behind. I would have actually needed to commit more memory in order to try and play around it, which obviously still would have been pretty rough because Wings of Love plays Sora, play the Bio back that was added back to hands, bounce the Kirsty back to hand in order to turn into a Garuda? No, okay, we're just gonna Birdramon. Crack the boost into... I'm surprised that he actually went that line. I thought for sure we were just gonna try and bounce up to the level 5, but choosing to actually put a level 4 inherit in, and we're gonna go on to a Phoenixmon, which does set up pretty nicely. We do need to see some sort of just deletion, but even if we delete, there's gonna be a lot of floating that happens, and with the Saberdramon, it makes it really hard to play on board. Luckily, we find a rookie. It's a little bit late, and it's cost us 2 security, but again, the one of ST Jura is making it so at least when we get to stabilize, we get to play the game a bit more. The problem is he's recognizing that, you know, a level 6 is going to be popping out next turn. We are going to burn top card of security because the card was removed, which means we unfortunately lose the Takumi, which is going to deny us a draw. It wouldn't have denied us, like, it wouldn't have, like, cost him a memory because, of course, the Saber is level 5. And we're going to use the Garuda, which does play out the Akiho, but I don't believe the Akiho can give it rush because it doesn't see the Garuda get played. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. The Garuda plays it and then it misses. We're going to get to play the Biomon, and then the Biomon is going to get rushed thanks to the Kirsty. Then we're going to go for the Christie bounce in order to get it, and that is going to be game. Unfortunately, just a little bit too far behind. That one decision, turn 1, kind of cost us, but, you know, couldn't really expect it to happen. What I do expect, though, is our community to continue to grow. We're trying to get up to 3k subs by the end of August, and if y'all can help support me do what I do daily is my full-time job, would much appreciate if you hit the join button whilst you're down there. At least leave a comment as well. Let me know something cool about your local scene, and as always, have yourselves a damn good one.